everyone, welcome to another video for SimonsStamp.com. I'm starting out with this stamp set from Hero Arts in Basic Gray. This is the pattern Hearts and Flowers. Okay, I don't want this entire sentiment, I hope you guys can see that. So I'm going to use a few really inexpensive Post-it notes to mask off the area that I don't want. Just like that. I'm going to set this aside for a minute and prep my paper because we're going to do some clear embossing. This is some pattern paper. This pattern paper is from Heidi Swapp's Sugar Chic collection. Really fun, girly patterns, some really great solids for stamping. So this is actually a really good paper pack for stampers as well. So this is just the kind of greenish teal color in the pack. I'm going to use the EK Success powder tool just to eliminate any static cling before I emboss. Alright, I'm going to come back to my stamp and take some Versamark and really smush that on there. Those Post-its are going to protect the rest of the stamp. Alright, and then I'm going to quickly peel up all those Post-its and stamp my sentiment. Alright, you can't see it right now, but I'm going to do some white embossing. This little area where I got some powder, just going to scrape that with my fingernail and it'll get rid of it. Alright, so there's the sentiment. I'm going to cut it down so that it's just the length of the sentiment. Alright, so I have the sentiment ready right here. Now I'm going to work on the rest of the card. I cut out some pieces. This is going to be our card base. The fold is going to be at the top. So I've cut the 8.5 by 11 sheet down to 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score it right there. Alright, I'm going to take the pattern paper from that same collection and I'm just putting it in the center of the card. Alright, and then I have these other two pieces here. I'm going to round the corner with the yellow We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. Just has different measurements than the original corner chomper. I'm going to use the 3/8. Alright, I'm going to put that down on the corner, but before I do that, I'm going to put the sentiment up along the top. Gives just a really subtle rounding. And I'm going to run a little bit of adhesive right there. Just right along the edge, and that's because I'm going to have it right underneath. About right there, and then I'm going to glue all of that straight down onto the card. Alright, now we're going to do some die cutting, and I'm using this set of Nestabilities from dies from Spellbinders. This is the big scallops, and I'm just going to do one kind of in the center here to cut out that area. Okay, I'm going to cut a frame with this, so I'm going to take the inner one, and that's going to be what's cut out of the card. I'm going to turn that over. I'm going to have it kind of off to the side there. I do need to get the measurement of where that big one is though. And then put this other one in the center. I'll take this one away. And again, I'm just going to use a Post-it note. And that's going to keep that in place while I do the die cutting. On my Sizzix Big Shot here, I'm going to do the platform, the clear plate, and then the project with the die and then another clear plate. Okay, it doesn't look like it cut all the way through. So I'm going to put it back through and I'm going to use just another sheet of cardstock. I'll use that same cardstock and I'll have that go through with it. And hopefully that cut it all the way through. It looks like it's really close. Alright, and there I've got that center cut out. And now I'm going to work on the frame. Alright, and I'll put the paper down and my clear plate, and then I'll run this through. This one should cut really easy. Lovely. Alright, and now we have this pretty scalloped frame. Alright, I have this sheet of acetate. It's just clear plastic. It's from an old stamp set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this plastic and I'm going to kind of hand draw around where I need to cut. I'm just going to have it a little bit on the outside. It's okay if this smears off because I'm going to clean it off before I adhere it. I just wanted the outline. So I'm just going to hand cut this. You could also use that scallop die again. And then you could just wipe off all that black. It'll just come right off. Okay. I'm going to take some Tombow Mono multi-glue and I'm going to put a tiny bit of adhesive all along the edge. Alright, and then I'm place this right on top. Get that in there. Alright, and now I'm going to do some adhesive on the back of this piece. And we just have to get that inner area lined up. Alright, so now we have a nice window card that has that plastic there in the middle. Alright, we're going to do a little heart embellishment there. And we're going to use the Epiphany Crafts. We're going to make this little heart bubble. It's from their Shape Studio with bubble caps. So I'm going to take some pattern paper from that pattern paper pack. I'm going to take the pale pink, and before I make the little heart embellishment, I'm going to take this other stamp from the same stamp set. And I'm going to stamp it in some ruby ink from Hero Arts. I'll just stamp that up in one of the corners. Alright, so now we can get that design in the center of the heart. Alright, so you slide in your paper, you can see exactly where it's going to punch out. And then you take the bubble sheet. You have to make sure you have the same size bubbles as the punch. So you take off that little heart and you're going to slide that in right there and really press down onto the paper. Then you put the positioner over the top, and that's going to help protect the plastic right there, a little bubble. Put that down, and then you're just going to snap down and it punches it, and then you can pull the rest of your paper out. So if you really just want the heart, you could just use that, use the negative. I can pull this out, and then our little heart shape is perfectly punched out. Alright, I'm going to come back and I'm going to adhere it in the center of that window area, just like that. I'm just going to put some, let's see, I'll do Tombow Mono multi-glue because it dries clear. And I'll just put some right there on the back. And then put this in the center, kind of smush it around a little to get it on there really well. Lovely. And that'll stick down to that surface. And I'm going to take my white gel pen and I'm just going to do some dash lines around this little frame area. And there's the card for today. When you make a card like this that has a window, it's a great idea to leave some area kind of closed up so that you can write a sentiment inside. So there's the card. It looks nice and clean on the inside, you know, just a little bit of adhesive showing, and that'll actually dry clear. And that finishes the card for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.